and welcome to another installment of Liberty Nation's Swamponomics videocast. I'm Andrew Moran, Ellen's economics correspondent. Each week, I dive into the wars of top economic news stories and fish out compelling narratives, or I retrieve fallacies that have been accepted as conventional wisdom by the swamp creatures for years. This week, the Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell come to corporate America's rescue. Again. The United States Central Bank has employed every unconventional monetary policy measure to support the economic rebound, as well as the stock market, short of directly buying stocks and introducing sub-zero interest rates, though when that happens, probably be next year. One of these mechanisms has been purchasing corporate debt. The purpose behind this effort was to ensure there was enough liquidity in the corporate bond market, and to allow corporations to sustain their operations and focus on growing their companies. While this type of interventionism scheme might make sense on the surface, when you discover who is getting bailed out, you begin to understand why there is widening support for the left's favorite magic money theory, or as it is well known, MMT. When the Fed first started its corporate bond buying crusade early this year, the Eccles building was purchasing about $180 million per day. This daily figure is created to around $21 million a day, according to the latest central bank figures. So, which corporations are the top of the Fed's holdings? Companies that have seen their market capitalization swell since the market bottom on March 23rd, such as Apple, Microsoft, Walmart, BMW, Walt Disney, and a plethora of others. For example, it owns about $50 million of Apple's bonds, and as much as $60 million in Toyota Motor bonds. Because it accesses the corporate bond buying market by either directly purchasing these bonds or using the secondary market for exchange traded funds, or ETFs, it is also debt from Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and a plethora of others. Corporate America and Wall Street have done extremely well since the market meltdown earlier this year, thanks to the extraordinary money printing efforts of the Federal Reserve System. With an injection of cheap money prevalent throughout the entire US economy, you're seeing stock indexes erase their losses or touch record highs, such as the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq Composite Index. As the Fed embarks upon a new inflation program to raise a target of 4%, asset inflation will be enormous in the months and years to come. Since those closest to the money spigot, like finance and tech, generally do not suffer from depreciating currency, it is the rest of the economic landscape that bears the brunt of rescuing repeatedly multi-billion-dollar multinational corporations. It is everyone else who gets a weakened US dollar and rising prices. That's it for me this week. Please read my full Swamponomics column, where I dive deeper into the subject, increasing corporate bankruptcies, and of course, the growing, swelling, enormous federal budget deficit. Thank you very much.
Go deeper on the topic discussed in this video, head on over to one of these links here, or go to our Liberty Nation Roku channel. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for Liberty.